Hello and welcome. Plenty of sports action today. I mean, after yesterday, Kolkata Knight Riders 4 out of 4. Uh, but obviously, the buzz in Bengal is about the swearing in of the new government. Incredible amount of fan frenzy from the morning at the Brigade Parade ground. Lakhs and lakhs of people there, to be a part of the action there. Having said that, as far as sports is concerned, yesterday night, Kolkata Knight Riders 4 out of 4. We will talk at length about it. Mohun Bagan Super Giants playing from 5 p.m. today. If Mohun Bagan wins this one, they get one step closer, and it could well be that the derby turns out to be the decider for this year's ISL title on the 17th of May. So, in every sense, a lot of sport. The badminton debate doesn't die down. I did an interview with HS Pranoy. You will watch the interview tomorrow. Pranoy was extremely vocal, saying that they have been misunderstood to a degree. The players have been misunderstood to a degree. What they said and what people are talking about are fundamentally different points. He said that you will watch the interview tomorrow. He said that the players never for once asked for money or any such thing. So people have misunderstood that this is what the players are asking for. You can watch that tomorrow. But the badminton debate refuses to die down. Next week the Thailand Open starts, so we have to see how the Indian players do in the Thailand Open. So quite a lot of sporting action as far as we are concerned. Neeraj Chopra should sort of get fully fit by the end of this month, and that's something absolutely to look forward to. As far as Indian captaincy is concerned, the musical chair has fully started. Shomik Chakraborty from Rev Sports believes Surya Kumar Yadav will stay on for the England and Ireland series. My other reporter Rohit Juglan feels that Hardik Pandya has a chance. Times of India Sahil Malhotra says Shreya Iyer has a chance. Dainik Jagran's Abhishek Tripathi says, Abhishek Tripathi says Sanju Samson has a chance. We have to, and each one of these people are sincere journalists. So one has to wait and see who actually does have a chance, because one of these people will, and then whoever gets it right will claim the story. But what it also does is it shows how many leadership options the Indian team has at the moment as far as the T20 format is concerned. So that's something that is also occupying media space at this point as far as the Indian T20 team is concerned. Coming to KKR, we have to first try and understand what has started to work for KKR, what was going wrong, and what has started to work for KKR. It's a pretty simple point. What has started to work for KKR and what is going wrong is spin. We have been saying this from the start of the tournament that KKR to do well will need, and if you watch all our broadcasts, at least my own, multiple videos on the subject in English and Bangla, KKR, if they have to do well, they without doubt have to do, without doubt, they have to see Sunil Narayan, Varun Chakravarti performing at their absolute best. Absolute best. In addition, Anukul Roy needs to also step up so that KKR spinners are able to control the middle overs and gradually get control of the game. Precisely this happened with the Delhi Capitals yesterday. Pathum Nissanka was going well. Delhi was going reasonably well. All of a sudden, in the middle overs, Pathum Nissanka, Nitish Rana obviously with the short ball, but after that, multiple people, Tristan Stubbs, wickets started falling in a heap to the Kolkata Knight Riders spinners. So Sunil Narayan bowled extremely well, Varun Chakravarti bowled extremely well, Anukul Roy bowled and fielded extremely well. This is the template for Kolkata. If they have to go ahead and win, or rather if they have to do the improbable and qualify for the playoffs from here on, 4 straight matches, it is still a tall ask. It is still a tall ask with a number of teams ahead of Kolkata. It is still, according to me, a Herculean ask. I have said this to Debashish. Maybe I still don't see Kolkata there, But in sport, it is never say never. You have momentum, and you should start to believe that we will take every game as a playoff game, play it like that, and then try and see if we can qualify. So the first point that is going in favor of Kolkata are the spinners. Clearly, both the spinners, Sunil Narayan and Varun Chakravarti, are bowling much better. Can we link this to the conditions on offer? Yes, we can. As the tournament has progressed, certain pitches have shown signs of getting tired. Certain pitches, the ball is gripping a bit. Certain pitches, the spinners are coming into play quite strongly. Yesterday, for example, Kolkata Knight Riders used the conditions to their advantage beautifully well. Beautifully well. So, spin coupled with the conditions midway into the tournament and as we get into the business end of the tournament, that is working extremely well as far as the Kolkata Knight Riders are concerned. So take that point into account. The other thing, and this is kind of connected to the bowling, the way Kolkata Knight Riders are bowling at the moment, they are being able to stop the opponents, whether 150, 160, 170. As long as KKR is able to stop their opponents under, say, 170, 180, the KKR batting lineup will fancy this. The moment the score is over 200, the KKR batting, if you see the nature of batting they have, it might start to flounder. As long as it's 170, 180, Finn Allen giving them a strong start is absolutely, and that's another very, very important point. Finn Allen giving Kolkata Knight Riders a strong start is critical because that kind of eases the pressure on Ajinkya Rahane and to an extent Ankrish Raghuvanshi. Both of them have scored some runs and done so consistently, but the strike rate has been an issue. The moment Finn Allen gets going, Rahane and Ankrish Raghuvanshi get that kind of cushion whereby they don't need to play shots from ball one. They can kind of control the narrative of the innings, easily become the, the batters who can hold the innings together. Others can revolve around them and bat around them, and a 170 score can be easily overhauled. For this to happen, for Ajinkya Rahane and Ankrish Raghuvanshi to come into play genuinely and be the pivot, play the defining, controlling innings, it is of paramount importance that Finn Allen scores at a brisk clip at the start of the innings, wins the power play for KKR. Even if he gets out for 30 runs, doesn't matter. As long as he scores those 30 in some 15 odd deliveries, they've got the start in the power play. KKR getting to about 65, 70 in the power play totally eases the pressure on and Ajinkya Rahane and Ankrish Raghuvanshi. So Finn Allen's role, connected to Finn Allen's role, is the role of these two players. Every time I have spoken about Ajinkya Rahane and I've tried to kind of express, tried to analyze his role. I've been trolled, I've been, called names, etc., etc. Look, Ajinkya Rahane as a captain is a good captain. Having said that, is he the perfect T20 player? No. That is why his teammates, be it a Finn Allen, be it the spinners, will have to step up and make it possible for Ajinkya Rahane to take control. Today, Finn Allen scores a 30, 40, 50 of, say, 20, 25 balls of 50 or 25. It totally takes the pressure off Ajinkya Rahane. That's the point. Ajinkya Rahane is a very decent captain. In fact, I will say if I compare some of the captains in the IPL, I will rate Ajinkya Rahane higher than many. The way he has captained in Australia, for example. If I take a look at the captains of this IPL, Ajinkya Rahane's ability will be way higher than many of the other captains. Think of his ability, think of his captaincy in Australia for India. But for Ajinkya Rahane to, the captain to come good, it is absolutely essential that Rahane, the batter, also scores runs. That eases the pressure. And for Rahane, the batter, to control the innings and come good, Finn Allen and that middle order, and rather his spinners, will have to step into the party. They're chasing nothing more than 170, 180. So that's about for Ankrish and Ajinkya. What is fantastic for KKR is the coming into form of Rinku Singh. Rinku Singh, number 4, number 5, he might take a few balls to get in, but towards the very end will score at approximately 300 strike rate, not even 200. He has the ability to score at 300 strike rate, like what he did against the Lucknow Giants. Boria sir, NDTV reported yesterday that Sky Sky in T20. Okay, you mean replacing Gill? That Sky in T20 replace what? That Sky in T20 replacing Gill in ODI as captain. But why? What has no? I don't think Gill is being replaced by anyone. No, Gill is not being replaced by anyone at this point in time. I've heard nothing like this. I have absolutely not heard anything to the effect to suggest that Shubman Gill will be replaced by anybody at this point in time. No, I mean, if they have reported, I will check with my colleagues at NDTV. I don't know what I'll be, I'll find out, but I don't think this is a case. I have not heard nothing, and I will say this very categorically. I don't think that there is any reason to say that Shubman Gill is being replaced in the ODI format. As far as the T20 format is concerned, like I told you, Abhishek Tripathi has said it could be Sanju Samson. Shomik is saying it could be Surya Kumar Yadav, who continues in the interim. Rohit Juglan is saying Hardik has a chance. Sahil Malhotra is saying Shreyas Iyer. So there is a lot of musical chairs and a lot of kite flying going on. Almost all of these journalists, Abhishek, Shomik, Rohit, Sahil, these are relatively senior journalists, and each has decent sources. So I do think that they are sincere journalists and each have spoken to their source. But can anybody say it definitively? I don't think that is the case yet. We have to wait and see. But all these 4 names, Hardik Pandya, Sanju Samson, Shreyas Iyer, Surya Kumar Yadav, each of these names are doing the rounds as far as T20 captaincy is concerned. ODIs, I absolutely believe it will be Shubman Gill. It will be Shubman Gill in England in the white ball series. And I've heard nothing to the contrary to suggest any changes in the offing in the 50-over format with immediate effect. And I will say that to you very clearly. Okay, coming back to the KKR point, I will take questions. Coming back to the KKR point, what has really helped KKR is Rinku Singh coming good in the middle order. And it has been an age-old debate where Rinku Singh should bat. Should he bat higher up the order? Should he bat at number 4? KKR has still last season batted Rinku Singh way down the order, and each one of us have been vocal about this, that Rinku cannot bat that low down the order for Kolkata Knight Riders. You cannot send Rinku Singh at number 6, number 7. And I will try and explain to you why I am saying what I am saying. Yes, Rinku Singh has been touted a finisher, and in some matches, take the World T20 against, say, the Shahid Afridis of the world in Sri Lanka. Rinku Singh was very good as a finisher. But if you historically see the way Rinku Singh goes about his business, you will see that Rinku does need a few balls up front to get his eye in and get going. A few deliveries are needed by him. So if that is the case, and if then the guy has a strike rate of close to 280, 300 at the depth, why would you not want him to bat a little higher up the order, get his eye in, and then play a match-winning knock? The chase of when that Lucknow Giants happened, Rinku Singh was the one who took the KKR score from about 130, 35 to 155, which eventually turned out to be a match-winning effort on the part of Rinku Singh. So the way he has batted in recent times for KKR, finally they have got his batting order right. He is being pushed up the order, number 4 or number 5, and that is at 5, absolutely critical as far as KKR is concerned. Rinku Singh's coming back into form, scoring the big runs, those 2 matches, those two match-winning innings that Rinku Singh played stands out for me. So that's something that is going the pluses for KKR. Spinners, uh, the top of the order, if a Finn Allen scores like yesterday, allows Ajinkya and Ankrish Raghuvamshi that breathing space. And then at number 4, Rinku Singh. There's another super chat from MS Fun Facts 26. Is Gill done for T20 captain or not yet? Gill done for T20? I think it's done. Look, in sport, it is never say never. But at least at this point in time, if you see Shubman Gill in T20s, he will find it enormously difficult to make it back into the Indian team as player. MS Fun Facts. Because look, in the pecking order, you already have at the moment an Abhishek Sharma who has been excellent. The World Cup blip notwithstanding, he is one of the highest scorers in the IPL also. Sanju Samson was simply brilliant in the World Cup, be it in the quarters, be it in the semis, be it in the final. So you already have these two proven customers for India at the top. Now, if you have to get a Shubman Gill, in whose position? You already have a Vaibhav Suryavanshi knocking the doors. Ahead of Vaibhav Suryavanshi, I think the selectors also will give an opportunity to Yashasvi Jaiswal. Thereafter, you have a Priyansh Arya. You have five six players: Abhishek Sharma, Sanju Samson, Priyansh Arya. Clearly, each of these, Vaibhav Suryavanshi, Yashasvi Jaiswal, even Ishan Kishan can bat at the top of the order. These are, and he has in the World Cup, these are excellent players for India in the T20 format in the top order, in the opening position. Now, because you have that level of talent, after these two, if anyone has to give way, it could be Yashasvi Jaiswal. Thereafter, it could be Vaibhav, it could be Priyansh or somebody like that. I don't see Shubman Gill making a comeback in the T20I setup with immediate effect. I do not see that. So when I'm saying that Shubman Gill will continue as captain in the 50 overs, continue as captain in red ball cricket, I also will say I do not see Shubman Gill making a comeback for India in the T20 format, at least in the immediate future. And I will qualify my point with one final issue here. T20 at this point is MS Fun Facts is not the format of choice. T20 is lowest in the pecking order now that the Mission World Cup has been accomplished. The most important format now, obviously, tests it will be the 50 over format with the World Cup next year. So clearly, from the England series, rather, Ireland is only two T20s. From the T from the England series onwards, I think the focus will entirely be on the 50 over format because India now will have to get into World Cup mode. It is just about 14 months away when India plays in England in July. So October, November means so 14 months away. So India will totally shift focus on that particular format, the 50 over format. So if that is the case, I don't see Gill being pushed or Gill pushing himself for the T20 format at all. You've given another super chat. Even if Gill wins the IPL for GT, yes, even if Gill wins the IPL for GT. Firstly, I don't think they will take IPL performance as an index because if you see Gautam Gambhir's record, he might not. He will say India. I think Gill got enough opportunities between September and December. Unfortunately for him, wasn't able to convert. So I do not, even if he wins the IPL for GT, I personally don't think he will be brought back because he has his hands full as captain of the red ball format. India has massive test matches in Sri Lanka if you have to stay on in the WTC, and then that incredibly hard tour of New Zealand where India will find it very difficult to win. So Gill will have his hands full as far as red ball cricket is concerned and also the 50 over cricket is concerned, which is what will be the focus for the next 14 months. So with immediate effect, do I see Gill back? Uh, do I see Gill back? No, I don't see Gill back. So that's the point. Coming back to KKR, I will take your question soon. Uh, I will take your question soon. Coming back to KKR, what is also working for them or where they can improve the last seven games that they have, the next few games that they have, they're coming back to Kolkata. I think Cameron Green has to play a bigger role. I think Cameron Green and Rodman Powell in that middle order needs to play a bigger role. As far as 150, 160 is concerned, that will be chased down. But in case a 200 gets scored, or if they bat first and have to score a 200, I don't think only Allen and Rinku and Ajinkya Ankrish can do that. I think that's where KKR still isn't looking that confident aside. You need more consistent efforts from Cameron Green, Robin Powell. If that happens, you almost all of a sudden kind of start to think that can the improbable be made possible? Can KKR all of a sudden start to open the door? I honestly don't believe that we are there yet. I think we should not go too far ahead of ourselves. I still think it's a Herculean ask. But yes, with 4 wins on the trot and dominant wins on the trot, they have momentum on their side and they have started to open the door gradually. Can it eventually happen? We will have to wait and see. Finally, the chink is still the fast bowling. I have no idea what's going on with Mathisha Pathirana. 18 crores is what you have spent. April, the NOC came. If he's got the NOC, means he's fit. Otherwise, why would the Sri Lankan board give him the NOC? Can he play consistently? Can he do a Mitchell Stark at the business end of the tournament? Can Cameron Green do a Mitchell Stark at the business end of the tournament? Can that happen? These are critical questions confronting KKR, and it will to a large extent depend on these questions. If they are answered in favor of KKR, if they can make the impossible possible. Let's take the questions. Okay. Buriada Jason 49. The momentum KKR is carrying, I fear and hope there is no rain spoiler at Kolkata at this time of the year. See, rain spoiler is there. Today also there is chance. In fact, as I speak, the sky has clouded up and there is rain. But when the match gets back to Kolkata, 16th May, I don't think rain is predicted. Rain was predicted till early next week, which is about 12th, 13th, maybe about 12th. Wednesday is maximum. So 11th, 12th is when there is still chance of rain. Yesterday there was solid rain, Jason, in the evening around 8:30 p.m. Today also it's clouded up, but post mid next week going into end next week, at least at this point in time, the weather should not play a spoiler, is what we have seen from every weather report. Ornab Ghosh, KKR only uses 15 players. Low, can you see any changes, sir? Boss, I think finally they've got it right, Ornab. I do not want to see many changes because if you now see Finn Allen, Ajinkya Rahane, Ankrish Raghuvanshi, Rinku Singh, Cameron Green, Rovman Powell, Anukul Roy, and you have it. You have it. And then also in the bowling, Sunil Narayan, Varun Chakravarti, Vaibhav Arora. You now have that setup going. Can you get a Pathirana in? But in whose place? In whose place? Cameron Green is set. Sunil Narayan is set. Rovman Powell is set because he is giving you that extra batting depth, and Finn Allen is also set. Can you get him as impact? So that's a big question mark. But otherwise, finally or not, they have got their combination right. So why would you want them to change the combination after all of this struggle when they finally got it right? Freaking awesome. KKR's bowling has improved a lot. See, that's what I'm continuously saying. Freaking awesome. It's the spin. From the start of the tournament, if you go and check all my broadcasts, we have been repeatedly saying that for KKR to do well, the 8 overs between Sunil Narayan and Varun Chakravarti, they hold the key. If Anukul Roy is able to pitch in, if Anukul Roy is able to do the job, there is enough and more reason to believe that KKR has it covered with the 12 overs of spin. That's a massive opportunity as far as KKR is concerned. So keep that in mind. So that's the point. However, there are still some issues with the batting. I do not expect too many changes, But in the next mini auction, obviously in the next mini auction, there will be some changes. But this season, finally, they are starting to get right. MS Fun Facts, I've taken yours. I agree with you, sir. Rahane is making some sensible decisions. He wants the batters to bat freely. Rahane has always been a good captain. But for Rahane to stand out, and deliver, as batter and captain, he will need some support, like the Finn Allen support at the top, like the spinners who keep the opponent's run to about 170, 180, so that KKR batters can go and express. The moment it becomes 200, it becomes a problem for KKR. So that's why the spinners become absolutely paramount importance in the KKR lineup. Shayan Ganguly, as long as the bowlers continuously keep teams to around 150, 70, batting seems fine. Totally my point, Shayan. Exactly what I've been saying. Ajinkya and Ankrish batting together is a problem. That's why Finn Allen becomes so very critical to that lineup. The moment Allen gives them a 70-run start in the power play, Ankrish and Ajinkya doesn't have it will no longer be an issue. But you absolutely need a power packed start, a strong start from somebody like a Finn Allen for these two to kind of do the job for KKR. Shayan. Or I've answered that question. Abhay 2801. Any news about the ODI changes? Will selectors and GG are in favor of move on from Roko? No, not at all. Why? Why? Virat Kohli is backing like an absolute champion. In the last series, you saw so many hundreds. Rohit Sharma played decently well against South. Why would you want changes for the sake of it? Have you not? Even in the IPL, has Virat Kohli looked in out any kind of out of form to you? Any fitness issues according to you? Rohit Sharma making a comeback and delivering for the Mumbai Indians. Why would the selectors, Abhay, give me one reason, cricketing reason, why would the selectors want to look beyond Rohit and Kohli? For what? I don't understand. If players are playing well, age is not an issue anymore. In fact, I will say something very strong in favor of Mohammad Shami, that against Afghanistan, it is a relatively easier test match. The test match is in Mohali in June 6th to 10th. I would absolutely 10 to 14, sorry, something like that. I would absolutely want to see Mohammad Shami being given one opportunity, because he's bowling at 139, he's bowling at 140, 41. He is in decent rhythm, has played every game for LSG. So why only Rohit and Kohli? You continue with Rohit and Kohli without batting an eyelid, and you definitely also at least think if Mohammad Shami needs to be given an opportunity. Update on Yashashvi and dope test? I don't know, Abhay. I will check with one of my reporters and I will have to get back to you on that. I don't know. Oh, you mean the one whereabouts clause? Yeah, I mean, but one whereabouts. So yeah. So yeah, that was for Shafali and for Yashashvi. We will keep you updated, but the one whereabouts, it should be okay, because as long as they are able to get it done in the next one. That's what you're asking, not the dope test, but the one whereabouts clause failure. That's what you were asking. Abhay Gargi left Rev Sports. Yes, her father is unwell, so she has to relocate to Nagpur. So we have relieved her with immediate effect so that she can take care of family. That's what she said to her. We wish her all the very best. Shubhendu Mondol, everyone has figured out that Priyansh Arya's weakness. He still needs to technically upgrade. I agree with you to an extent, Shubhendu, and I also believe that there is no reason to start hitting from because this guy is very good. So if one or two balls he has to kind of or hit the first ball and then take the second ball kind of a little carefully, he should do that. He's that pull shot of his is magical. That arc from long on to mid wicket to square leg is absolutely brilliant for Priyansh Arya. So he enormous talent. He should take a little bit of time. Freaking awesome. I agree with you, sir. Why do you need Gill in T20 eyes? 100%. Not only that, you already have the 50 over World Cup in 14 months' time. You have the WTC cycle on. Why would you want to burden Gill with another format when the World Cup is done? I absolutely don't see any reason to do so. In the next season, freaking awesome again. KKR needs to make some changes. We'll see what happens next season. KKR can go to maximum. They can. Saksham, Sukhija. If they win all their games, they can still qualify. Syed Nizamuddin super flop squad. Ajinkya Rahane is not super flop. Syed Nizamuddin, under no circumstance is he super flop. Samad again not super flop. Ramandeep, I agree. Surya blowing hot and cold. Harshal, I agree. Shahrukh, Tewatia, Rishabh, that last game, that 32 of 10 balls allowed them to win. One expects him to, give at least win them a few, but overall it's been a poor season. I agree. Markande, yes. Bolt, yes. Chitesh, not that. Nehal Vadera, yes. Impact sub in Puran. Puran has been a big, except the last couple of games when he got that 60 odd of 21, and in the last game when he got the 32. Otherwise, in the first 7 games, Nicholas Puran has also been a bad letdown for LSG. Should Gill Bumrah take rest? No. Why? Why should they take rest in test matches? Go take rest in any other format, not in test matches. You absolutely go to play test matches. Every possible match, you must go and play MS Fun Facts. Not test match is not supposed to be rested. You want to take rest, go take rest in if your team has gone out in the IPL, go take rest in the ODIs, go take rest in T20s. Don't need to play. But test cricket, you don't. How many test matches are you going to play? One against Afghanistan, two Sri Lanka, and then New Zealand. Why do you want to rest up in a test match? Under no circumstance do you need to take. Don't go for the Ireland series and England. You first start playing the T20. So clearly, after the Afghanistan, you will have close to 1 month before the ODI start in England on the 14th of July in Birmingham. That's enough rest. IPL teams are not transparent on availability and injury updates. Don't really know how to answer that. Boriada today news, ODI and T20 give one captain Iyer. See, it doesn't happen like that. I know Times of India has done a story. Like I said, 4 different names are coming up. I don't see Shubman Gill getting replaced in the 50-over format immediately, under no circumstance. In the T20 format, will Iyer straight away be made captain? Does he have the pedigree? Of course he has. Look at the way he has done so for Punjab. Will he be made captain? I don't know. I haven't tracked the news story per se, but if you ask my opinion, I don't think Surya will be replaced for the Ireland and the England series. But we have to wait and see. As I said, Shomik is saying Surya, Rohit is saying Hardik has a chance, Abhishek Tripathi says Sanju Samson, and Times of India Sahil Malhotra has said Shreya Iyer. So we have to wait and see what eventually happens. Syed Nizamuddin, Mohammad Shami can be considered, 100% should be considered. Mohammad Shami has done everything possible in the IPL. Even that ball against Jacob Bethel, it landed on middle and it moved like this. As a result, Jacob Bethel got that toppage and Prince Yadav took that catch. Mohammad Shami has done enough to make a very strong case. If after this he's not considered, I think it will be a tad unfair on the bowler. That's all I have. Hopefully we will be back tomorrow. We will be back tomorrow with a fresh show. Clearly the series, the points table is getting hot and hot. Tomorrow we will see Mahendra Singh Dhoni update as well. Will he play? Will he not play? The CSK management tell me. I had a detailed chat. They are very, very hopeful that MS Dhoni will play, very near fitness, training very hard, spending long hours in the nets batting. So when we checked, they said they are very, very confident that MS Dhoni will still have a part to play as a player in this IPL. Whether or not he turns up 10th or 18th, we have to wait and see. For now, that's all I have. Thank you very much for watching.